The pediatric team at Community Health Center of the North Country understands your kids are the most important things in your life, and each one of them is unique in their own way. This means care needs to be personalized for each son or daughter you bring through the doors at our Ogdensburg Health Center. Dr. Sunny Patel and Dr. Tiffany Hatt accepting new patients now and providing that personalized pediatric care for every stage of your child's life. Visit chcnorthcountry.org for more information.
The Florida coast. Verbo has over 57,000 exclusive vacation homes on the Florida coast that Airbnb wishes they had. That's 57,000 exclusive perfect sunsets for your teen to miss because they're on their phone. 57,000 exclusive patios where Grandpa can man the barbecue in his Kiss Me, I'm Famous apron. 57,000 exclusive hideouts to gleefully ignore your email. Make it a Verbo for your next Florida coast trip.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station.
Making sense of the news.
News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 6. I'm Heather Curtis. A 16-year-old Newton High School student will be in court tomorrow for a bond hearing after being charged as an adult with attempted second-degree murder and assault for allegedly shooting a 16-year-old classroom in a hallway yesterday. Rockville City Police Chief Jason West says Khalil White, the Latoro, pointed the gun at a 15-year-old female classmate earlier that day.
The second victim did not suffer injury.
The original victim's hospitalized in stable condition. Police say they recovered a ghost gun late last night.
Part of our investigation will include where did that firearm come from, how did that student come into possession of that firearm, and how did it get into the school.
They say the teens knew each other, no word yet on motive. And beefing up school security is carrying a renewed urgency following yesterday's shooting.
We are looking at an artificial intelligence weapons detection pilot at 3 of our high schools.
Superintendent Thomas Taylor, while neighboring D.C. and Fairfax County public schools already have weapons detectors in place. Councilmember Will Jawando on NBC4 blaming gun policy.
We have a failed policy at the federal level that allows guns to pour in.
Adding,
one school shooting is one too many.
Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
A former Justice Department contractor pleads guilty to ordering thousands of cell phones that never made it to the DOJ.
Javon King spent 4 years as an IT contractor for the DOJ Civil Rights Division, where he was able to order thousands of phones that he had delivered to him. In turn, he sent those phones to other reselling businesses, pocketing more than $1.3 million in the process. Aside from his profits, DOJ was also left holding the bag on $1.3 million in fees paid to AT&T for the unnecessary lines and phones. The 42-year-old Laurel man was eventually caught today. He pleaded guilty to 1 count of mail fraud. He'll be sentenced in May. John Matthews on WMAL and WMAL.com.
Political battle lines being drawn over a DHS property purchase and ICE support in Maryland's Washington County.
We don't want fear. We don't want ICE detentions out of here.
Protesters present prior to and during a Board of Commissioners meeting where Washington County is standing with ICE, Homeland Security, and local law enforcement.
As a sign of our unwavering support and commitment to their mission, awarded and signed this 10th day of February 2026.
Resolution adopted. DHS has purchased a Hagerstown warehouse drawing questions and concerns from Maryland Governor Wes Moore. Democratic Congresswoman April McClain Delaney has introduced legislation to block ICE at the warehouse anywhere in Washington County. Scotland, WMAL and WMAL.com.
DHS leaders grilled by Democrats in the House Homeland Security Committee today.
The hearing on Homeland Security and Oversight quickly got off track as New York Rep. Democrat Dan Goldman compared ICE and its agents to Nazis. Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons.
This is the wrong type of question. I'll tell you what the wrong type of thing is. Sir, it's Holocaust Museum. You're claiming my time, sir. If you want to claiming my time, Mr. Chairman. Not the men and women of ICE that are out there doing it every day.
Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
Checking your money, the Dow closed up 52 points, the Nasdaq down 136. Traffic from other next.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Every home service job means another piece of paper. Quotes, invoices, checks. It piles up fast. Before you know it, you're spending more time sorting than getting work done. Jobber keeps everything in one place, from quotes to payments, so nothing gets lost. Businesses using Jobber grow an average of 44% in their first year and get paid 4 times faster than checks. Less paper, more profit. Start a free trial today at jobber.com.
Here's Michelle Murray in the Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
In Laurel, there's an accident reported on 95 southbound before 198. That has traffic jam from 216, and delays continue southbound from 212 heading towards the Beltway. Traveling on the Beltway, you will find delays on the inner loop from the toll road to the spur from Old Georgetown Road on and off all the way to Ritchie Marlborough Road. There's still an incident reported on the outer loop at Ritchie Marlborough Road, so watch out for delays from St. Barnabas Road, and still very slow through Bethesda and in towards McLean on the outer loop, and more delays from the Springfield interchange heading to the Wilson Bridge. In Temple Hills, there is still an accident on St. Barnabas Road between Temple Hill Road and Branch Avenue, and still the crash on Branch Avenue, northbound at Woodyard Road. Now from GarageBreakCare.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Tonight, mostly cloudy, a chance for some late night showers, lows around 36, right now 47 in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis on WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app.
Mark Levin.
Shooting, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Hello, America. Mark Levin here. Our number, 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. Well, I suppose I can't really blame or criticize the media for what seems like the nonstop coverage of the Nancy Guthrie situation. It is compelling, and there is some breaking news now with the video. A video that the technicians have obviously been working on, the FBI and the private sector at some level, extensively, apparently to recover some of the video after the perpetrator apparently pulled it out of the wall or whatever he did. And it is interesting to see what they found. And I think just a matter of time now. And we pray that she's alive. It's a long time to go without her heart meds, and there was blood, and God knows what the hell happened. God knows what the hell happened. It's very sad. And so are the other people who were murdered today. I'm not saying she was murdered. I'm just saying families that have been destroyed. And those who were destroyed over the weekend. It is odd, though, just as a commentator, just as a viewer, a thinker, which individuals, which families, which lives seem to draw the most attention. I mean it. Or even if we're not talking about that, look at this ICE situation. Virtually every single mishap by ICE, which is completely understandable given the number of people they're dealing with, illegal aliens that the Democrats let in, and also given the extent of the chaos as a result of unconstitutionally separatist sanctuary cities and states, from time to time they get the wrong person because they're not getting help. And this situation is very dangerous when they're picking people up. And so the media is all over that. And they're being fed this information by immigration lawyers, by immigration front groups, by radical left-wing activists, because they don't know on their own anything. They're fed this information. But how many reports did we see today on the number of people who were raped by illegal aliens? None? How many reports did we see today on the number of people who were killed by illegal aliens? None? How many reports have we seen today on the number of women who were sold into sex slavery in the prior regime? None? Or the children who are missing under the prior regime? None? Funny in a sick way, isn't it? How the media focus? Because the media don't care anymore. They know that we know that they're left-wing, that they're Democrat, that they are a mouthpiece for the Democrat Party. When the Democrat Party controls government, they're a mouthpiece for government. That's what they are. So all the inhumanity that occurred up to this point gets almost no attention, and all the inhumanity that is occurring at this point makes ICE look like a bunch of Boy and Girl Scouts. Many of them are, or were. The Democrat-run cities where you have gangs slaughtering people, Chicago every damn weekend, gets barely any attention. In fact, it's gotten no attention. Really? And we can go on. Seven years ago today, my mother passed away. 3 days shy of her 89th birthday. I think about my parents a lot because I wouldn't be who I am without them. They taught me principles. They taught me to be a gentleman. They taught me to confront and take on the bullies. They taught me to love my country, to love my faith. They taught me to be friendly to friends and wary of enemies.
Oh, Christ.
They were tremendous patriots. Tremendous patriots. And I often wonder, because my mother passed away about 5 months after my father, what they think about what's going on in this country today. My father passed October 15, 7 years ago, 7.5 now. My mother, 7 years ago from today. The Islamists weren't on the run. We didn't have the river to the sea violent protests taking place. The virulent anti-Semitism was obviously under the radar, but that said, you didn't see it, you didn't feel it most of the time. I think they'd be very upset. I'm glad they didn't have to see it. I truly am. So, when I see these things about death and mothers being, I don't know, kidnapped, killed, whatever, makes me think about this. And these are the principles and values and traditions that I hold. We spent a little time today, really 3 of us, preparing for the video podcast, or vodcast, I guess they call it, that we're going to launch on Tuesday. And we taped some of the clips that we'll be releasing soon, and I hope you'll watch it. I hope you'll join us. And one of the points I mentioned, and I want to mention to you, is why would I do this now? I have a fantastic radio program, fantastic TV program. I write my books. Why? Well, part of the reason I discussed last evening, I see an overlap with radio and TV and these video podcasts where one can grow the other. And I believe in that, to get to as many people as I can, because I'm mission-oriented. I'm an activist for our country. The name of the program is Liberty's Voice with Mark Levin. Liberty's Voice, that is a name that we protected legally about a decade ago when I started Conservative Review TV. And it is a name I've always wanted to use, and we're using it now for the video podcast. This will launch on Tuesday, about 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Normally it'll be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but next week it'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But why did I do it from a substantive point of view? I don't need any more work. I don't need any more money. I'm putting money into it. I don't know if money will ever come out of it. I don't want any billionaires or millionaires funding me. I don't want any people with contacts with foreign governments funding me. This is an entrepreneurial endeavor, just as Conservative Review TV was an entrepreneurial endeavor. That's it, entrepreneurial. This is pure Americanism. And I'm going to tell you a couple of the reasons. I believe the podcasting, not every podcaster, obviously, but the industry generally is a cesspool. There are some great standouts, but they're the exception. The level of profanity, immaturity by middle-aged people, the level of un-Americanism, Marxism, Islamism, wokeism, fascism, racism, bashing of Jews, bashing of Christians, bashing of our heritage. Somebody's got to confront this on a regular, sustained basis. Somebody's got to confront this. Now, I don't have any video out there. I do my Fox show. And so what I'm hoping to do is build a juggernaut, a big number of viewers who will also listen to radio, watch Fox, but also to go into a place where I feel Americanism is not being properly explained, except by a handful, or properly promoted and expanded and grown.
Fuck?
And so I have to take the careers that I have, the background that I have, the experience I have, the knowledge I have, and use it. And use it before I hang it up. And that day will come. And so I want it to be entertaining and intriguing. I hope the radio show is as well. I hope the TV show is as well. But I can do things in more of a observable way, where many people wonder, well, how does he look when he says that? And how does he do this without, without the trappings of a network, a TV network or something like that? Do it 100% my way. And I want to convey and promote the principles and the values that I was raised with. And I want to take on the guys that think smoking pot during their podcast is really cool. Or the older women who think dropping the F-bomb in every other sentence is an audience grabber. Or the bigots and the racists who pretty much have, not completely, but pretty much have had free reign. And the so-called influencers. It's time to advance Americanism, Judeo-Christian values, individual liberty, American sovereignty, constitutionalism, in a way that's never been done before. I'll be right back.
Mark Lopin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Something historic has happened in the financial markets, folks. Gold is trading around $5,000 per ounce, silver trading around $110 per ounce. This didn't just happen overnight. It followed years of monetary expansion, rising debt, global uncertainty, and both dramatically outpaced inflation over the last 20 years. That silver is where you might want to look today. Have you made money on your gold investments? Well, I did. You might want to think about taking those profits and investing it in silver. Now, my partner, Monetary Gold, has been helping Americans for over 25 years understand physical gold and silver investments. Monetary is offering $5,000 in free silver for qualified accounts. Just ask your intake specialist for details. To learn more about Monetary Gold and its free silver offer, you have to call them. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Time to act, folks. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Don't miss this free silver offer. Again, 877-NOW-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
The Beltway. Traveling on the Beltway, you will find delays on the inner loop from the toll road to the spur from Old Georgetown Road on and off all the way to Ritchie Marlborough Road. There's still an incident reported on the outer loop at Ritchie Marlborough Road, so watch out for delays from St. Barnabas Road, and still very slow through Bethesda and in towards McLean on the outer loop, and more delays from the Springfield interchange heading to the Wilson Bridge. In Temple Hills, there is still an accident on St. Barnabas Road between Temple Hill Road and Branch Avenue. It's still the crash on Branch Avenue, northbound at Woodyard Road. Now for GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm 7 forecast.
Tonight, mostly cloudy, a chance for some late night showers, lows around 36. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and breezy with highs around 50.
Hi, I'm Rich Robertson with a CES IT Service Tech Tip. Have you ever wondered why your office phones fade in and out or drop off to silence? Does the other person keep asking you to repeat yourself or the voice become choppy? It could be your internet service is too slow, but most likely it's your company network. Is your phone plugged directly into your computer? Your IT guy should have warned you about that. Is your phone traffic sharing the same network as your data traffic? Your phone guy is going to tell you not to do that. He's making a sale. There are many other reasons why you could experience poor phone call quality. Either way, CES IT Service can resolve your voice over IP issues.
Don't let VoIP issues tarnish your image.
Contact Rich today at 301-620-1580 or visit cesitservice.com to schedule a quick meeting. Call 301-620-1580 or visit cesitservice.com.
Thinking about continuing your education? Start with AEPP. We make it easy to find adult education programs that fit your life. Whether it's preparing for your GED, building your reading and writing skills, or discovering apprenticeship opportunities, our programs are always expanding to make sure you receive the personalized support, flexibility, and options that work for you and your future. Learn more today at nyset.gov/adulted. A message from the New York State Education Department.
At Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield, we know healthcare works best when it works together. That's why we provide a coordinated, caring, personalized, and holistic health plan experience, ensuring that people come first. Service is simple, and our network is unmatched, period. It all comes down to connecting the dots for you and your employees, improving care, and helping to manage costs for everyone. Because when everything works together, everybody benefits. Learn more at excelisforbusiness.com.
Chris Plant here. Tired of dating online and want to meet real people face to face? Let the professional matchmakers at It's Just Lunch help. After a confidential interview, your personal matchmaker hand selects quality matches for you. They pre-screen every date and they'll book your reservations at the best spots in town. All you have to do is show up and be yourself. Let It's Just Lunch help you turn new beginnings into lasting connections. Call 202-466-4333 or visit itsjustlunchdc.com.
If your patio, sidewalk, or driveway is cracked or uneven, if you've tripped or fallen as a result, or if you're worried about the liability of an uneven surface on your property, American Concrete Services can quickly help. Don't pay the high cost to tear out and replace your sidewalk, patio, driveway, or pool deck. American Concrete Services has an economical solution which can raise and stabilize your existing concrete at a fraction of the cost of full replacement. They're environmentally friendly structural foam. With structural foam lifting, there's no heavy equipment to cause damage to your property and no loud noises from jackhammering. Best of all, most repairs can be completed in just one day. Have your entire patio, sidewalk, or driveway safe and level again. No job is too big or small. Call American Concrete Services now for your free estimate at 240-665-5665. That's 240-665-5665. Again, 240-665-5665. Licensed in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. MHIC 140530.
WMAL, making sense of education, because what's happening in your kid's school matters. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
I could be wrong. I think it was Representative Anna Polina Luna, aka becoming increasingly lunatic, at Turning Point USA, going on about the neocons. When you hear people use that word, understand their low IQ. Understand they don't understand what a neocon is. And so from this moment forward, I call these people just cons, okay? Neocon. No, they are cons, like Anna Polina or Poluna Lunatica. Sloganeering is what Marxists do. Sloganeering. When you're confronting a country like, well, a regime like Iran, and you're still rambling on about neocons and forever wars, you're a lunatic. Iran's been doing what it's doing 47 years. So forever wars means what? Appeasement? This is the appeasement crowd, some of whom are within the Republican Party. But they're more and more part of the woke right. So they throw around that term. You must be a neocon. Yeah. Intellectually devoid of substance. Forever wars. We're not involved in any forever wars now. Do they know what a forever war is? Do they? Or we could have a 30-second war with nuclear missiles. Do they prefer that? You see the stupidity of the jargon, the sloganeering like they're Marxists, the abuse of the language. sensitive people. And by the way, if it wasn't her, many apologies, but I think I heard it was her. But she's not alone. There's a little cabal just like this. And they're going to get our kids killed and our grandkids killed. They're going to get our men and women in the military killed because the enemy builds up stronger and stronger and stronger and makes it impossible to deal with. I don't know what it's going to take. You have a regime that's an Islamist regime that threatens to kill us, that keeps building nuclear weapons, more and more ballistic missiles. And it's the neocons who are the problem. No, it's the cons who are the problem. Like you, honey. I'll be right back.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
President Trump said, "I like Newsmax. You like it too." It's true. Millions of Americans agree with President Trump, and they're switching to Newsmax for the news they can trust. They're watching great shows with Greta, Carl Higbie, Rob Schmidt, Finnerty, and more. If you're tired of big media, start watching Newsmax. It's free to start. Go to newsmaxplus.com for immediate access. Get all of President Trump's most important events live. Imagine watching Mike Huckabee's Israel special, our Melania documentary, Clint Eastwood, Charlie Kirk specials, even the movie Jesus of Nazareth by Franco Zeffirelli. Once you start Newsmax Plus, you won't stop. So try it for free. Go to newsmaxplus.com, then download the app. It's easy. So make the switch to Newsmax Plus today.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 6:30. I'm Heather Curtis. Lots of questions remain after a 16-year-old shot and injured a 16-year-old classmate in the hall at Wooten High School yesterday. Earlier in the day, Rockville Police Chief Jason West said Khalil White Villatoro also pointed a ghost gun at a 15-year-old classmate. She wasn't hurt. The kids knew each other.
The motive in this case is still under investigation.
Along with where White Villatoro obtained the gun and how it got inside the school. He'll be in court tomorrow answering to charges including attempted second-degree murder and assault. More than 2 years after a 45-year-old man's body was pulled out of Seneca Creek in Germantown, police make an arrest. 22-year-old Franklin Villalobos Gomez is charged with first-degree murder in connection with the killing of Jose Israel Centeno Velazquez, whose death was deemed a homicide from multiple injuries. The Montgomery County Police Criminal Street Gang Unit took Villalobos Gomez into custody yesterday. Traffic and weather next.
At Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield, we know healthcare works best when it works together. That's why we provide a coordinated, caring, personalized, and holistic health plan experience, ensuring that people come first. Service is simple, and our network is unmatched, period. It all comes down to connecting the dots for you and your employees, improving care, and helping to manage costs for everyone. Because when everything works together, everybody benefits. Learn more at excelisforbusiness.com.
Your path to adult education begins with AEPP. Whether it's preparing for your GED, building your reading and writing skills, or discovering apprenticeship opportunities, learn more today at nysed.gov/adulted. A message from the New York State Education Department.
It's Vince for Valor Roofing. This winter, don't wait for a leak to force your hand. If you've noticed water spots, damaged shingles, or granulars in the gutters, call Valor Roofing now. I've seen their work in person, and trust me, Valor is the best. This week only, save huge on your new Valor roof with 50% off materials and no interest until 2027. Plus, tell them Vince sent you for extra WMAL listener savings. Call Valor at 833-83-VALOR or valorhome.com.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. True Vitality Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
True Vitality Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at True Vitality Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone check free. Call 703-637-1222.
703-637-1222. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 703-637-1222.
WMAL, making sense of the forecast. Because you never know what Mother Nature has in store. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Levin, tough as hell.
That's why I like Mark Levin. And I'm not sure a lot of people like him. He's tough as hell. But I like him. I love him.
Call in now. 877-381-3811.
All right. If anything changes with the Nancy Guthrie story, I promise you, I will be the first to tell you. What I'm not going to do is 14 different possibilities with 15 different experts. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I don't even think it's respectful, perfectly honest. And by the way, this site Mediaite has absolutely, collectively, with a couple of exceptions, lost what little minds they actually had to begin with. It's just sick. Every damn thing a conservative says, or about the Epstein matter, or Trump, or something like that, it's just so pathetically partisan. Right, Kobe Hall? Kobe. And you're such a pseudo-intellectual. You really are. So profound is your nitwittery. I stopped reading it. I did. I don't even waste my time anymore. I just read these National Enquirer type headlines that your boy Dan Abrams wants and loves. We need our grifters, huh? We need our hits in our eyes. These are what we call influencers, ladies and gentlemen. At least we don't call them neocons. New York Times has a piece here, and I expect it from the New York Times because it has done a hell of a job early in its years promoting slavery, covering up the genocide against Ukrainians in 1932, covering up the Holocaust, the genocide against Jews and others, but especially Jews in Germany and throughout Europe, helped install Fidel Castro. It's true. In Cuba. And of course, promoted Hamas's statistics, which were flat out lies. Ran with phony photos, ran with anti-Semitic cartoons. This is the New York Times. So today it has a headline by a guy named J. David Goodman. Without a border invasion, quote unquote, Texas GOP turns an old enemy, Islam. Republican officials and candidates in Texas have shifted their rhetorical attack line, and it's supposed to be reported. It's not an opinion piece. From the border fears that dominated recent elections to the state's growing Muslim population with language that echoes the aftermath of the terror attacks on 9/11. That one sentence has more bullcrap in it than I can even count. It echoes the aftermath of the terror attacks on 9/11. I would say we were incredibly restrained, were we not? Yes, I think we were. The rise of anti-Muslim rhetoric has undermined many in the state's Islamic community, while sending signals to Republicans outside Texas who might be searching for rhetorical targets now that the nation's southwestern border has grown quiet. What's shifting here are the media. They go from one lie to the next. I played you clips yesterday. I've played you clips before that. I played clips before that, of what comes out of the mouths of these imams, of these so-called scholars and these mayors and CARE, including in and around Plano, Texas. That should be the story. Look what's happened to Europe. That should be the story. Look what's happened to Dearborn, Michigan, Patterson, New Jersey, and a dozen other cities like New York. Ads for Senator John Cornyn of Texas have touted his fight against radical Islam. Well, is that a problem?
Texas Republican lawmakers created a Sharia-free American caucus in Congress. Excellent. Thank you. Governor Greg Abbott has labeled one of the nation's largest Muslim rights groups a terror organization. That's CARE. Notice they're not going to mention CARE, are they? CARE. A front group for Hamas, which is actually labeled a terror group in several countries. Its affiliates are. Just on Monday, the state's hard-right Attorney General, Ken Paxton, hard-right, you know. Now, they've never found a hard-left Attorney General, a Marxist or an Islamist, even though they are Marxists and Islamists. He announced he would investigate a proposed real estate development in Kaufman County, east of Texas, as a potentially illegal Sharia city. And he just leaves it there, this report. Well, is it? So the reporter favors segregated communities that practice Sharia law, and he knows nothing about the ideology. Nothing. This is your typical fat-ass liberal. The attacks on Islam are a notable shift for a party that spent the last several election cycles focused on the Mexican border. Well, why is there, quote-unquote, a notable shift? Number one, Donald Trump has secured the border. Number two, there's not a shift. We want illegal aliens removed from the country. And what else? What else is number three? The Islamists are on the move, and we happen to notice it because they tell us what they think. And the New York Times is censoring it. The New York Times is censoring it. That's bad. That has left the GOP looking for ways to address its voters' concerns over the number of immigrants who came into the country during the Biden administration. This is written like a true propagandist. J. David Goodman is good for nothing. Reporting from the suburbs north of Dallas and Fort Worth. Does he live there? No. Concern in Texas about Islamic radicalism has recently been polling among the top issues for Republican voters. It should be the top issue for all voters. State party put a resolution in its primary ballot asking whether Texas should prohibit Sharia law, a term that refers to Islamic religious rules, but has long served as a catch-all to signify expansions of Muslim culture and religion that opponents say threaten American values. This man has no knowledge about jihadism, Islamism, he is the useful idiot that is targeted by the Islamists, that is targeted by the countries like Qatar and Saudi Arabia. He is the useful idiot. Listen to this. I'm shocked and I'm offended by my own elected leader, said State Representative Salman Bahanjani, a Democrat from Dallas-Fort Worth area and one of two Muslims in the Texas State House. I can bring many Muslims on this program who are reformists, who would agree with 100% of what Texas is trying to do, because reformist Muslims are abused like hell. These are Muslims that assimilate into our country. The resurgence of anti-Muslim sentiment can be traced in part to the suburbs of Dallas-Fort Worth. It's called Plano, Texas. And this is where they're trying to build this massive Islamist, segregated, Sharia-led community. And if you're one of these morons who simply reads the New York Times for your news, that's what you're going to believe. You won't understand what the hell is going on. You won't understand a damn thing. A proposal just over a year ago to create a large housing development or mosque outside Dallas known as Epic City alarmed many Republicans who saw it as a prime example of the growing prominence of Islam in Texas and helped propel the issue to the top of Republican voters' concern. So here we are. They're turning this into a civil rights movement, and you, Mr. and Mrs. America, into Bull Connor. That's what they're trying to do. You're going to hear Islamophobia that was invented. No knowledge whatsoever of what's actually taking place, and they don't care. This is why Europe, much of it, mostly Western, has been conquered. Because a-holes like this phony reporter, J. David Goodman in the New York Slime. Because the left is weak. Because the Democrats are not only weak, they're power hungry, and they see this as a power base. And this is their next quote-unquote civil rights issue. It destroyed London. It's destroyed 10 of the biggest cities, among them, in Great Britain. It's destroyed much of Paris and much of France. He talks about Sharia, but he doesn't talk about Sharia. He just mentions it. He doesn't explain it. But I'm going to read something to you after the break that explains it. Because this guy is a buffoon. J. David Goodman, New York Slimes. Guys like him, the Islamists rely on and depend on. They know what the left is like. They know the left will do everything possible to accommodate them. They will vote for the left. They will vote for Democrats, even though they hate them too. Even though they hate them too. They hate the party system. They hate our political system. They hate it all. They hate our government, the Islamists. And they know the left will wave them in, just like the left waved them in over the border. And so they vote Democrat. Wouldn't you if you were them? Be right back.
Mark Levin.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
The most beautiful time of year is upon us. Tax season. And TaxSlayer is here to help you file. We guarantee 100% accuracy and your maximum refund. Those are some good numbers. And you can trust me, because I'm talking calculator. Did I mention TaxSlayer even has support from real US-based humans? If you have any questions along the way, beat the rush and start for free today. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
Today's students are tomorrow's great thinkers and innovators. But right now, millions of kids don't have the supplies they need. Donor Shoes is a nonprofit that lets you support students and teachers in your community and beyond. Learn more at DonorsShoes.org.
At Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield, we know healthcare works best when it works together. That's why we provide a coordinated, caring, personalized, and holistic health plan experience, ensuring that people come first. Service is simple, and our network is unmatched, period. It all comes down to connecting the dots for you and your employees, improving care, and helping to manage costs for everyone. Because when everything works together, everybody benefits. Learn more at excelisforbusiness.com.
Your path to adult education begins with AEPP. Whether it's preparing for your GED, building your reading and writing skills, or discovering apprenticeship opportunities, learn more today at nysed.gov/adulted. A message from the New York State Education Department.
What would you give for a child you loved? To make their wish come true? To help them fight a critical illness? Just imagine what you'd do. See, wishes are so powerful, and you can make them real. You can give a child back their childhood, even change the way they feel. Every single one of us can make the stars align. Because when we come together, hope and joy will shine. Wishes need stars like you. Visit Make-A-Wish@wish.org.
The jackpots continue to soar. Go to any New York Lottery retailer today for your chance to win the Powerball jackpot, over $100 million. Or play for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot, over $150 million. Please play responsibly.
Mic drop.
You ready?
Hosted by former Navy SEAL Mike Ritland. It's raw.
I've been shot at, blown up, you name it.
It's unfiltered.
You know, you go to the sound of the guns. It's weird. I mean, I've had so many near-death experiences.
It's tough talk from the top minds in their field.
What if the units took a guy out back and shot him? Bam, you're gone. I would choose to do what frogmen do. That's what I chose, and it's what I would choose again. I would do anything to bring my guys back.
Mic drop. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
You know, folks, Americans rely on credit cards for secure payments and seamless transactions. But consumers stand to lose it all with the Durbin-Marshall credit card mandate bill. Big government mandates favor corporate megastores and allow them to choose how your credit card is processed. They might end up using untested payment networks that could jeopardize your data security and rewards. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Visit guardyourcard.com to learn more. That's guardyourcard.com, paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I am grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
WMAL, making sense of the roads, because traffic doesn't always follow the pattern. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
U.S. must reject Sharia totalitarianism in the Jewish News Service piece. Brilliant piece, and I'm going to talk to you about it, because this is the truth about what we have to fear, not this New York Times crap. They covered up the Holocaust against the Jews. They covered up the Holocaust against the Ukrainians. They helped install Castro in Cuba. They covered up in part the Holocaust by Hamas. This is a very nasty media corporation, the New York Slimes. Very, very nasty. Something historic has happened in the financial markets, folks. Gold is trading around $5,000 per ounce, silver around $110 per ounce. This didn't just happen overnight. It followed years of monetary expansion, rising debt, global uncertainty, and both dramatically outpaced inflation over the last 20 years. And as the value of our currency has shrunk, the value of silver and gold has increased. Now, some of you have made gold investments. Have you made money on those gold investments? Of course. I did. And my thinking is sell some of the gold, take that profit, and buy silver. Why? Well, first of all, my partner, Monetary Gold, has been helping Americans for over 25 years understand that physical gold and silver investments are smart diversification moves. You don't want all your money in cash and so forth and bonds and stocks. They'll go up, but they'll go down. So you need to diversify. No pressure, just information and options. When markets move fast, clarity matters. And the market that moves fastest when it comes to gold and silver right now is silver. Silver. I would encourage you to reevaluate your diversification strategy, and I'm going to help you. Right now, Monetary is offering $5,000 in free silver for qualified accounts. Let me underscore that, because that's not going to happen forever. Look, you can look an opportunity in the face and act or not. That's how people make a difference in their life. Some move in one direction, some move in another. $5,000 in free silver for qualified accounts. Just ask your intake specialist for details. But to learn more about Monetary Gold, this free silver offer, I urge you to call 877-NOW-GOLD. The time is now. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Folks, don't miss this free silver offer. Again, that's 877-NOW-GOLD. Now, again, opportunity is opportunity. Some people grab it and some people don't. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional. Again, 877-NOW-GOLD. And I'm going to start this piece, but I won't be able to finish it. Because this gentleman who wrote this piece, Andrew Bostom, who's very well known, he's authored books on Islam, 6 books, including Sharia versus Freedom in 2012 and a modern Quranic conflict against the Jews, 2026. You should listen to him. This guy in the New York Times is an ignoramus. Let's start it, and we'll finish it next hour. The proliferation of semi-autonomous Muslim-majority communities in Western Europe applying aspects of Sharia, Islamic law jurisdiction, has alerted some U.S. lawmakers to this same developing phenomenon in America. Really, whatever position the New York Times takes, America or the press, we want to take the opposite position. During a February 10 hearing titled Sharia-Free America, Why Political Islam and Sharia Law Are Incompatible with the U.S. Constitution, thank me, I'm the one who first wrote about that in my books, but anyway, the U.S. House Subcommittee on the Constitution will examine about the potential threat Sharia poses to the basic freedoms underpinning our constitutional republic. I guarantee you the New York Times wouldn't have a reporter there. Sharia is derived from Islam's most important foundational texts, the Quran and Hadith. The Hadith is the canonical collections of the Muslim prophet Muhammad's deeds and pronouncements, and their interpretation and codification by Islam's greatest classical legacies. Not merely holistic in the general sense of all-encompassing, it is totalitarian, regulating everything from the ritual aspects of religion to personal hygiene to the governance of a Muslim minority community or an Islamic state, bloc of states, or global Islamic order. You know who else noticed this, Mr. Producer? Alexis de Tocqueville. He wrote about it in Democracy. It's 2 volumes of Democracy. At its core, it demonstrates the yawning gap between Western and Islamic conceptions of freedom. Haraya in Arabic. Indeed, following Sharia slavishly throughout one's life was paramount to Haraya, whose essence was pronounced by the 11th century Sufi scholar al-Kushyari as, quote, the perfection of slavery to Allah and his religious law, unquote. Clearly, Sharia-based governance is the most troubling contemporary aspect of this Muslim conception of organizing society, being an ancient antecedent of more familiar modern totalitarian systems. Specifically, Sharia's liberty-crushing and dehumanizing. You know, it would be fun if we had this reporter, Goodman, from the New York Times on this program, where we could discuss strict Sharia's treatment of women. What do you think about that? Or children, for that matter? Specifically, Sharia's liberty-crushing and dehumanizing political aspects feature open-ended jihadism to subjugate the world to a totalitarian Islamic order, rejection of bedrock Western liberties, including freedom of conscience and speech. I thought they liked that over there at the New York Times. Enforced by imprisonment, beating, or death. Discriminatory relegation of non-Muslims to outcasts, vulnerable pariahs, and of even Muslim women to subservient chattel. Is that okay, New York Times? And barbaric, mandatory had punishments, which violate human dignity, such as amputation for theft, stoning for adultery, and lashing for alcohol consumption. Now, writing in the early 1950s, Robert H. Jackson, a Democrat who was an attorney general under FDR, great man, by the way, who became an associate justice of the Supreme Court. He also serves as the chief U.S. prosecutor at the Nuremberg trials, elucidated succinctly how liberty-crushing Sharia was the antithesis of Western law. You want to hear what he said? You want to know what a great scholar, humanitarian, legal mind, who was the attorney general for a period of time to FDR, was the lead prosecutor of the Nuremberg trials, became associate justice of the Supreme Court. You want to know what he said about Sharia law? Well, I have to do it after the top of the hour. We'll be right back.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the new.
Thinking about continuing your education? Start with AEPP. We make it easy to find adult education programs that fit your life. Whether it's preparing for your GED, building your reading and writing skills, or discovering apprenticeship opportunities, our programs are always expanding to make sure you receive the personalized support, flexibility, and options that work for you and your future. Learn more today at nysep.gov/adulted. A message from the New York State Education Department.
The pediatric team at Community Health Center of the North Country understands your kids are the most important things in your life. and each one of them is unique in their own way. This means care needs to be personalized for each son or daughter you bring through the doors at our Ogdensburg Health Center. Dr. Sunny Patel and Dr. Tiffany Hecht accepting new patients now and providing that personalized pediatric care for every stage of your child's life. Visit chcnorthcountry.org for more information.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
It's Vince for Valor Roofing. This winter, don't wait for a leak to force your hand. If you've noticed water spots, damaged shingles, or granulars in the gutters, call Valor Roofing now. I've seen their work in person, and trust me, Valor is the best. This week only, save huge on your new Valor roof with 50% off materials and no interest until 2027. Plus, tell them Vince sent you for extra WMAL listener savings. Call Valor at 833-83-VALOR or valorhome.com.
Making sense of your world.
I agree with everything you're saying.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
My heart is great for what's going on.
Making sense of the news. WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 7. I'm Heather Curtis. The latest from police on yesterday's shooting at Wooten High School that left one student in stable condition and another 16-year-old in custody.
We've identified a second victim in this case.
Rockville Police Chief Jason West says while the second victim was not physically hurt,
Suspect in the case pointed a firearm at that person earlier in the day prior to this shooting occurring. That victim is a 15-year-old female juvenile.
the 16-year-old suspect being charged as an adult, and the weapon recovered was a ghost gun.
Part of our investigation will include where did that firearm come from, how did that student come into possession of that firearm, and how did it get into the school.
Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
Chilling new footage released today from Nancy Guthrie's doorbell camera of a potential suspect in the alleged kidnapping of Today's Show co-host Savannah Guthrie's mom.
FBI Director Kash Patel says they show an armed individual appearing to have tampered with the camera. Explaining in a post on X, over the last 8 days, the FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Department have been working closely with our private sector partners to continue to recover any images or video footage from the home that may have been lost, corrupted, or inaccessible due to a variety of factors, including the removal of recording devices. Adding the video was recovered from residual data located in back-end systems. Savannah Guthrie sharing the photos on Instagram, posting, "We believe she is still alive. Bring her home." Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
Following a convicted squatter's return to a Bethesda mansion, neighbors once again up in arms.
I only see in the TV, not in the real life. I'm actually experiencing in my neighborhood.
Following a brief stint in jail for burglary, breaking and entering from the first squat, residents are upset as Tamika Good is back in a multi-million-dollar home that isn't hers. Good's attorney explains how this is happening again, telling Fox 45.
There was a title issue. Due to the title issue, she was able to assume the property under squatters' rights.
19-year-old neighbor Ian Chen has been at the fore applying legal pressure and will continue.
Because it's wrong. Because they didn't earn this house. They didn't work for it. They just came and they took what wasn't theirs.
Scotland on WMAL and WMAL.com.
A Virginia GOP congressman making a Black History Month tribute on the House floor learned that no good deed goes unpunished.
I'm honored to recognize Edith Younger Edmonds of Halifax County.
Congressman John McGuire honored a 100-year-old constituent quilt maker whose work tells the story of the Underground Railroad.
I'm honored to represent such a talented constituent who is dedicated to keeping our history alive one stitch at a time.
Just one problem, McGuire's office never asked Edmonds permission, and she complained, telling the Virginia Mercury her work, quote, is not a token to be spent for political capital during Black History Month. McGuire removed his Facebook tribute, but says, quote, "I love all of my constituents, whether they agree with my politics or not." John Matthews on WMAL and WMAL.com.
Dozens of Buddhist monks arrived in D.C. today, the final destination on their 2,300-mile walk for peace from Fort Worth, Texas to the district. Today, they participated in an interfaith ceremony at the National Cathedral alongside leaders from various religions.
We are working together. We are walking together on this path to find peace for ourselves, to share that to our nation.
Up next, traffic and weather.
Whether you drive a big rig, a tractor, or a pickup, you know your engine. So when we tell you that Shell Rotella is the heavy-duty engine oil that gives you enhanced engine protection to take you further and save you money in the long run, you don't have to believe us. Try Shell Rotella and you'll decide for yourself. Plus, right now, you can get up to $80 in MasterCard virtual reward cards when you buy Shell Rotella. And you can put your $80 towards anything you like. New fishing rod, a portable grill. What you put it towards is between you and your truck. So get $80 in MasterCard virtual reward cards when you buy Shell Rotella for enhanced engine protection. Go to Rotella.com/rewards to learn more. Shell Rotella, your truck, your call. Valid 2/1/26 to 5/31/26 at participating locations only. Subject to product availability. Reward varies by product. Terms apply. See details at Rotella.com/rewards.
Here's Michelle Murray in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
In the district, there's an accident on DC 295 southbound at the 11th Street Bridge, and that is causing very slow traffic from Benning Road. On 395 southbound on the 14th Street Bridge, an accident still reported there, so watch for delays. And there's a disabled southbound between Washington Boulevard and Glebe Road in the center lane. Traffic is jammed from the Pentagon. And watch out for the accident in Calverton on northbound 95 before the Intercounty Connector. The earlier accident southbound before 198 moved to the left shoulder, with traffic still jams up from 216. And in Laurel, there's an accident now reported on Powder Mill Road at Soil Conservation Road. Now from GarageRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Tonight, mostly cloudy, a chance for some late night showers, lows around 36. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and breezy, highs near 50. And Thursday, partly sunny, highs around 40. Right now, 46 degrees under partly cloudy skies in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis on WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin.
Deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Hello, America. Mark Levin here. Our number, 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. By the way, for the morons on X, I never said I stopped watching football. Talking about. I condemn the kneeling. I never stopped watching football. Stupid people. All right, let's get back to reality. Writing in the early 1950s, Robert H. Jackson, Associate Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court, who also serves as the Chief U.S. Prosecutor of the Nuremberg trials, was also an Attorney General, and a damn good one, elucidated succinctly how liberty-crushing Sharia was the antithesis of Western law. I have to ask, Justice Jackson and so many others who are not Republicans, who are not right-wingers or neocons or conservatives, who are highly critical of Sharia law. Lexis de Tocqueville, I can go on, and maybe I will. Are they not to be taken seriously? Or we're supposed to take some clown at the New York Times seriously who doesn't even explain what Sharia law is? Here's what Justice Jackson wrote. Islamic law, Sharia, offers the American lawyer a study in dramatic contrasts. Its striking features relative to our law are not likenesses, but inconsistencies. In its source, its scope, and its sanctions, the law of the Middle East is the antithesis of Western law. Islamic law finds its chief source in the will of Allah, as revealed to the Prophet Muhammad. It contemplates one community of the faithful. Though they may be of various tribes, and in widely separated locations. Religion, not nationalism or geography, is the cohesive force. The state itself is subordinate to the Quran, which leaves little room for additional legislation, none for criticism or dissent. It is not possible to separate political or juristic theories from the teachings of the Prophet, which establish rules of conduct concerning religious, domestic, social, and political life. This results in a law of duties rather than rights. And here we have the New York Times defending it and trashing people who are informed about this, opposing it, seeing what's going on in Europe, seeing what's going on in the Middle East, and saying no, no, hell no. And the author of the piece, Andrew Bostom, at JNS, he goes on. Alarmingly, since 1990, the Organization of the Islamic Conference Cooperation, the largest voting bloc in the United Nations, has been pushing a Sharia-based framework for quote-unquote human rights. The Cairo Declaration on Human Rights in Islam, which would abrogate existing instruments much more protective of human freedom and dignity, such as the UN's Universal Declaration of Human Rights, or the best such instrument, the U.S. Bill of Rights. Hard data from Muslim societies illustrate plausibly the unacceptable non-Muslim religious persecution and bigotry that adoption of the Sharia-based legal framework and accompanying mores of the Cairo Declaration would engender. Muslim societies that embrace Sharia overall, or regarding the enforcement of Islamic blasphemy law, have the worst global Christian persecution indices and harbor populations with the highest prevalence by far of extreme anti-Semitism.
Fucking hilarious.
Did you know I got new reading glasses, Mr. Producer? I never had reading glasses. I've been using whatever. Now I will put them on so I can read. The latter, disproportionate extreme anti-Semitism exhibited by Muslim is now manifest in Muslim diaspora and diaspora populations of both Western Europe and the United States. You have to be deaf, dumb, and blind not to see it and hear it. Concerning data from a nationally representative sample, Muslims surveyed in September 2024 revealed 50% favored Sharia blasphemy law, that is, making it illegal to show a picture or cartoon of Muhammad. 39% supported broad application of the Sharia, that's 4 out of 10. And 33% wanted Islam declared as a national religion. That's 1 out of 3 for the New York Times. I close with a plaintive 2011 warning from Pakistani Bishop Michael Nazir Ali, who immigrated to the United Kingdom and became the first non-white bishop, Dosian bishop, in the Church of England. He said this, quote, "At its heart, Sharia has basic inequalities between Muslims and non-Muslims and between men and women. The problem with Sharia law being used in tribunals in Britain is that it compromises the tradition of equality for all under the law. It threatens the fundamental values that underpin our society." And yet the New York Times is all for it, literally trashing the great patriots of all faiths, including some Muslims, who say no to these Sharia segregated communities that the Islamists are trying to set up outside Dallas-Fort Worth, in Houston and Austin, in Florida, in Pennsylvania, in Michigan, in New Jersey, in New York City. Be brave, be strong, speak out. Don't be intimidated. The New York Times is no different than the BBC was. No different than the French newspapers and the Swedish newspapers. All the same ideology. Weak, left-wing pablum. No real support for Western society. This is what I talk about, the Marxist-Islamist fusion. The Marxists, the left, lay the foundation for the Islamists. The Islamists will vote for the Democrats and the left, or Labor, or the liberal parties throughout Europe, because they know they're weak. They will capitulate. They will acquiesce, if not celebrate them, until it's too late. Until it's too late. There were 50,000 Muslims in Europe at the turn of the century. There's now 50 million. The United States at the turn of the century, I dare say there were very, very few. And yet, in about 10, 15 years, it'll be the second largest religion in America. If we didn't call it Islam and we called it something else, if we didn't call it a religion and we called it something else, what would the New York Times say then? You know what it'd say then? It still would endorse it. The way it covered up for the Nazis in World War II. It's sick. This is a sick corporation, the New York Times Corporation. It's a corporation. It's a corporation filled with a bunch of lunatics. And this. Let me pull this back here. Hold on. Now we go back to J. David Goodman at the New York Slimes. Let's see. Just over a year ago, a group of Muslim investors connected to a large mosque complex, the East Plano Islamic Center, began raising money for Epic City, which led to a backlash among conservative activists. Protesters became a regular presence outside the mosque. Muhammad Ibidi, a research scientist who immigrated from Egypt, and often when he and his children would go to pray at the Plano Center on Fridays, protesters told them they were going to hellfire. Do you want a society where every group alienates each other, he said. Mr. Abbott and Mr. Paxson began investigations, and he goes on. See, the poor victims, the Islamists are the poor victims. Let me ask you something, Mr. Goodman. Why don't you go to Dearborn, Michigan, and spend a month there and tell us the truth about what's taking place there? Or Patterson, New Jersey. Why don't you do that? Why don't you do that, Mr. Goodman? Until that, you remain a fraud and a phony and a fool. And anybody who believes this guy or follows this guy is a disaster. The fact of the matter is, the New York Times readership is lower than ever before, and it's a good reason. They have helped pave the way to genocide in two countries, multiple countries in Europe, to genocide in Cuba, to genocide in the Middle East with Hamas slaughtering Israelis. All the news that's fit to print. Those pages should be printed in red for all the blood the New York Times has helped cause in this world. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the new.
You know the DC market. You know that business owners here don't just want ads, they want results. WMAL is hiring a senior digital marketing sales executive. This isn't just a sales job, it's a seat at the table with the region's top decision makers. WMAL is looking for a strategic marketer who has it all. Big ideas, great relationships, digital marketing experience, from creative ideation to final execution. You'll lead the way with a world-class team behind you. If you're a high performer ready to drive the digital future, we want you. Apply now at cumulusmedia.com. Cumulus Media is an equal opportunity employer.
It's Vince for Valor Roofing. This winter, don't wait for a leak to force your hand. If you've noticed water spots, damaged shingles, or granulars in the gutters, call Valor Roofing now. I've seen their work in person, and trust me, Valor is the best. This week only, save huge on your new Valor roof with 50% off materials and no interest until 2027. Plus, tell them Vince sent you for extra WMAL listener savings. Call Valor at 833-83-VALOR or valorhome.com.
The jackpots continue to soar. Go to any New York lottery retailer today for your chance to win the Powerball jackpot, over $50 million. Or play for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot, over $100 million. Please play responsibly.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu, the daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Work moves fast. Every email, report, and proposal counts. That's where Grammarly comes in. It's your one place to think, write, and finish. Grammarly's AI agents help you find natural phrasing, fine-tuned tone, and confidently write wherever you work. It's the premier writing tool that 93% of users trust to get more work done. In a world of generic AI, don't sound like everyone else. With Grammarly, you never will. Download Grammarly for free at Grammarly.com.
You won't see the engineer that slams the Nissan Rogue's door 13,920 times, or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months, or the Rogue heat bake for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty.
Wait, what?
Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel? You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The jackpots continue to soar. Go to any New York lottery retailer today for your chance to win the Powerball jackpot, over $650 million. Or play for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot, over $700 million. Please play responsibly.
Thinking about continuing your education? Start with AEPP. We make it easy to find adult education programs that fit your life. Whether it's preparing for your GED, building your reading and writing skills, or discovering apprenticeship opportunities, our programs are always expanding to make sure you receive the personalized support, flexibility, and options that work for you and your future. Learn more today at nysed.gov/adulted. A message from the New York State Education Department.
Here at the Zebra, research shows the average person would rather endure a root canal than search for auto and home insurance.
Just try to relax.
Okay.
Or be trapped in a car for 8 hours with toddlers on a sugar high. Or remove a nest of irate hornets. That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. We do the searching, you do the saving. I think I'll wait inside.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop it and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Celebrate President's Day with Omaha Steaks and save big on the world's best proteins, like handcrafted USDA-certified tender steaks, gourmet burgers, versatile chicken, pork, seafood, and so much more, delivered right to your door. Save 50% site-wide on steaks and more during the President's Day sale at omahasteaks.com. Plus, use promo code AUDIO at checkout for an extra $35 off. That's omahasteaks.com, promo code AUDIO. Minimum purchase may apply. See site for details.
Hi, Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that.
And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on?
We don't really get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let them know that I was faking interest in this band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not going to do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with this mom because she's absolutely lovely.
Bad idea.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. To tip off this NBA season on FanDuel, you can choose your own rewards, which means you can play your game any way you want.
I get to choose my rewards?
Yep.
Great. Now, excuse me while I lock in.
All customers choose your own reward right now in the FanDuel app. 21 plus and present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirement, and max wager amount. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Thinking about continuing your education? Start with AEPP. We make it easy to find adult education programs that fit your life. Whether it's preparing for your GED, building your reading and writing skills, or discovering apprenticeship opportunities, our programs are always expanding to make sure you receive the personalized support, flexibility, and options that work for you and your future. Learn more today at nysed.gov/adulted. A message from the New York State Education Department.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
No, son, I think so too. Have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
The jackpots continue to soar. Go to any New York Lottery retailer today for your chance to win the Powerball jackpot, over $950 million. Or play for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot, over $1 billion. Please play responsibly.
The pediatric team at Community Health Center of the North Country understands your kids are the most important things in your life, and each one of them is unique in their own way. This means care needs to be personalized for each son or daughter you bring through the doors at our Ogdensburg Health Center. Dr. Sunny Patel and Dr. Tiffany Heck accepting new patients now and providing that personalized pediatric care for every stage of your child's life. Visit chcnorthcountry.org for more information.
Thumbtack presents Uncertainty Strikes. I was surrounded. The aisle and the options were closing in. There were paint rollers, satin and matte finish, angle brushes, and natural bristles. There were too many choices. What if I never got my living room painted? What if I couldn't figure out what type of paint to use? What if I just used Thumbtack? I can hire a top-rated pro that knows everything about interior paint, easily compare prices, and read reviews. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
It's truck and SUV season at Widget Auto Sales, a used car leader. Just look at the rows of trucks and the rows of SUVs ready for winter, like a Ford F-150 XLT, yours for just $37,999. How about a 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander, just $20,999? Or a beautiful Chevy truck Z71, yours for $26,999. Rows of trucks and rows of SUVs during truck and SUV season at the veteran-owned Widget Auto Sales, a used car leader, and out of Washington Street, or online at widgetautosales.com.
It's knowing you've always done your part, showing up, preparing them, and making sure they're ready for a new chapter. So when it's time for them to head out on their own, they can advance to life's good parts, confident, capable, and ready for the road ahead. With the right parts from Advance Auto Parts close by, you help them stay prepared, keep moving forward, and take on everything that comes next with confidence. Visit your local Advance Auto Parts today.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-747-2043. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-747-2043. That's 800-747-2043. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
In Laurel, on the southbound side of 95, good news, the accident has been cleared just before 198, but the traffic is still slow from 32. Beltway, Inner Loop in Bethesda, stop and go from 270 to New Hampshire Avenue. Inner Loop, the Beltway in Greenbelt is stop and go between the BW Parkway and Landover Road. On the outer loop of the Beltway in Oxon Hill, slow from St. Barnabas to Branch Avenue. And on the BW Parkway, northbound in Riverdale, that's jammed out between 450 and the Beltway. And now for GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Tonight, mostly cloudy, chance for some late night showers, lows around 36. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and breezy, highs around 50.
The Mega Millions jackpot is getting mega huge. Head to your favorite New York Lottery retailer and grab a ticket today for your chance at a massive win. Currently over $950 million. Good luck, New York. Please play responsibly. The Mega Millions jackpot is getting mega huge. Head to your favorite New York Lottery retailer and grab a ticket today for your chance at a massive win. Currently over $950 million. Good luck, New York. Please play responsibly.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
At Amica Insurance, we know it's not just about where you're going, but who you go with. That's why we work even harder to protect what matters most. And as a mutual insurance company, we're built for our customers and prioritize your needs. Amica, empathy is our best policy. Visit amica.com and get a quote today.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
WMAL, making sense of mainstream media because the double standard is real. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Mark Levin, making conservatism great again. Dial in now, 877-381-3811.
We are conservatives, constitutional conservatives, and proud of it. Unlike the cons, the lunatics and their type. You know, Pure Talk's favorite holiday? I'm sure you know. Isn't that this coming Monday, President's Day, Rich? Well, they believe wireless service should only cost you a couple of presidents, like a Jackson and a Lincoln. Jackson and a Lincoln. Do you know how much that is, Rich? $25. $25 a month. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, plenty of data. Now compare that to big wireless, the big three, the Goliaths. You scoop up their money, and they're impossible to get a hold of when you need them. AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. That's right, I said it. They'd rather celebrate Benjamin Franklin. Now, I don't mind celebrating Benjamin Franklin, but he's on the $100 bill. And that's what they charge your family, hundreds of dollars a month. Right? That's not right, and you deserve a lot better, and that's why I love Pure Talk. Pure Talk is an American wireless company founded by a veteran that supports veterans and invests in a U.S.-only customer service team, so when you call, you're talking to someone right here at home. Pure Talk uses the same towers as the big carriers, so you'll enjoy superior 5G coverage without the inflated price. Just $25 a month for talk, text, and more data than you'll use. No contract, no cancellation fee. Don't wait, folks. Jump in before it changes. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword Mark Levin, and you'll get 50% off your first month. Again, that's pound 250, say Mark Levin, you'll get 50% off your first month. Make the switch to my wireless company, patriotic, veteran-supporting wireless company that is the best service imaginable. America's wireless company, Pure Talk, and I mean it. They are absolutely fantastic. Mark, why do you keep talking about... I don't keep talking about anything. I talk about what I think is important. I mean, we like to have fun, too. Don't get me wrong. Now we have something called the SAVE Act. I don't know what it means exactly, but it is properly named. It's Save the American Republic Act is what it should be. And apparently it is very, very controversial to require proof of citizenship to vote. USA Today has a new angle, obviously handed to it with talking points from the Democrats, that this legislation, America, would hamper the ability of married women to vote. So you married women out there, do you have driver's licenses? I'm just curious. Now, under Sharia law, many of you would not. I would remind the left and the New York Slimes and their ilk. But how would requiring proof of citizenship hamper the ability of married women to vote? Does it hamper the ability of married women to get on airplanes, to buy beer, to drive a car? I mean, how stupid is that? Now, keep in mind, they can't get their fear-mongering straight. To my black friends out there, of which I have many, by the way, You were the first ones they were trying to upset and fearmonger. Did you know that requiring evidence of citizenship like a driver's license is like Jim Crow in the 1950s and early 60s? Oh, yeah. Like Jim Crow. The problem is they surveyed a significant black population. They found about 85% of them said, no, it's not. I have a driver's license. I can vote. Funny hearing all these white liberals make these arguments, isn't it? Although Hakeem Jeffries isn't a white liberal. He makes it's just like Jim Crow. Did you know a significant majority of Democrats believe you should have an ID to vote? So there they are again. Apparently the Democrats, Jim Crow 2.0. I love the way the Democrats refer to these racist periods in our history when it was them who were the racists during periods of our history. Not you and me, not our forefathers, theirs. That's right. That's right. Every civil rights bill ever introduced in this country was backed by an overwhelming majority of Republicans. Period. Democrats can't say that. Jim Crow, that's them. The Klan, that's them. Segregation, that's them. Slavery, that's them again. It's amazing how they've been able to corrupt history in the minds of so many. And there they are, the New York Times, their favorite newspaper. Might be Pravda now, I'm not sure. But the New York Slimes, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, Sharia law is okay. Islamism is okay. Unless, of course, you believe in liberty, freedom, free speech, freedom of association. You decide your own decisions when it comes to going to the toilet or cooking your food, which hand you use for what. But the children out there and the women out there, I bet if we put it to a vote, the vast majority of Americans would say, no, I don't want to do that. And so even though this ideology is a totalitarian, racist, bigoted ideology against anybody who doesn't believe as they do, and that includes other Muslims, the New York Times says it's not a problem. I would ask all of you Cuban Americans, was the New York Times right about Castro? I would ask all of you Ukrainian Americans, was the New York Times right about Stalin? I would ask all my Jewish